The B team, we're back.
We're back
We got some news.
again.
We got Rodgers. The Jets got Aaron Rodgers. We have the draft on Thursday. It's a good week of football, boys. So we're going to briefly, because we like to talk about the Jets, but we're going to briefly talk about them so Mueller doesn't kill himself.
So,
So Mr. Jeopardy, who I thought was going to be hosting Jeopardy, is now my quarterback. So how do I feel about it? Thanks for asking, Mueller. I'm happy. I'm feeling okay. We got a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is now gone. He's not our starter. Lamar wanted him. It's okay. But we got to look past that. We got to look for the future now. We're in win now mode. We are now a contender. Will I really come out and say we're going to be a Super Bowl contender? Who knows? Depends how the season goes. But he's now a Jet. The trade went down. I can go through the compensation quick. Jets swap picks with the Packers. We now have 15. They have 13, the Packers. We got a fifth rounder, 207, and Aaron Rodgers. The Packers got our 13th, the swap. Second rounder that we traded Eli Moore for, which is 42. A sixth rounder, and the biggest deal breaker, which probably held them up for so long, a conditional second round pick that can turn into a first round pick if Rodgers plays 65% of snaps this year, which he probably is going to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy. I'm not going to get into it too deep, but that's my thoughts. What do you guys think?
We got to remember that Aaron Rodgers is currently not the starter. He's projected to be the starter. Zach Wilson, I mean, welcome to hell, Aaron. People forget Zach
Welcome
Wilson's
to
going
hell.
to make
People
his life
forget.
hell once preseason starts.
Welcome to hell, Aaron Rodgers.
That's all I got. I really don't care.
Yeah, well,
You guys gonna-
Muller's fed up with it. Muller's done.
Like, at this point, I've just been waiting for this day for so long. Like now
Just
that
so we
it's
have
here,
to
I'm just
go over this.
exhausted. I'm just exhausted.
It's a huge weight off his shoulders.
Can we pull up the video that Fireman Ed put out? Because I got hype watching that. Probably put it out maybe 2 hours ago.
Fireman Ed?
Yeah, on Instagram. He put it out. Yeah, pull that up. You will want to run through a wall.
Let's see. Looking him up right now. Fireman Ed, shout out to you. We're going to have you on soon.
Yeah, have to.
Fireman.
If we had known this was going to happen. The Jets really, like... Yeah, yep, that's the one.
Welcome, Aaron Rodgers. Glad to have you, buddy. We've been waiting for you, Aaron. Welcome to the green and white. Let's go. Let's go. The Jet fans have been waiting forever. Take us to the promised land, Aaron. The mission. Stack the wins. Home field throughout the playoffs for the first time. And the Jet fans will do the rest. Jets. Jets. Love you, Aaron.
He's hype.
I want to know how many doors he broke down after that. Like, how many pieces of wood did he single-handedly chop in half?
Dude.
That dude, like, at one point, he lost his breath halfway through the video.
Remember where he wore the Zach Wilson is good shirt on the pod?
I need to know how those sales are going.
Yeah, we're going to have to bring that up to him.
Yeah, can I get one for free?
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm going to be asking.
He's probably going to try and maneuver his way to make that shirt still profitable and just put some Aaron Rodgers stuff on it. But he's hype. Jets fans are hype.
Yeah.
We're going to have him back on the show, and we'll see what he thinks. Maybe the next couple weeks,
Yeah.
especially when the team is looking right. So, Guess, you have any final thoughts on Rodgers?
Yeah, I think this whole situation, at the very least, it'll be entertaining. You know, maybe it won't work out in the end. Maybe we won't win a Super Bowl, but at the very least, we're going to get to see Aaron Rodgers in New York. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be a circus. It's going to be everything we need as Jets fans right now.
Yeah.
Let's go to MetLife and not see him get blown out by New England every single year.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the thing, too. I mean, playoffs, yeah, we got a playoff mandate now. I don't care. We don't do mandates, but, bro, if we don't make the playoffs, it's a failure. It's done.
Oh, yeah. If we don't make the playoffs, Woody is cleaning house. He's cleaning out. You can say goodbye to Salah. Somebody's going to get the axe.
Yep.
Well, I mean, can you get to the playoffs with 7 wins?
We didn't last year.
Because that's what my AI bot gave me.
The AI bot gave you 7 wins for the Jets.
That's my new betting strategy.
I told you.
The
I was
Jets?
right.
I went 3-0 today.
The Jets are like a plus 225 right now to win the division. That's second in the odds behind Buffalo. They are above Miami in the odds right now to win the division.
Yeah. Well, the Jets and Miami both have a quarterback that was almost going to retire this offseason.
Yeah.
So when you look at the ages of them, you didn't see that one coming.
No. I still think the Jets and Miami are favorites to win the division. I think Buffalo again takes a step back, but we'll see. So that being said, it was a quick segment. We can touch more on it after the draft. We probably don't want to. We can just talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
Now,
Good
what
on
you
that.
guys have what you guys have all been waiting for is our B team mock draft. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. So this is how it's going to work with the draft. I'm going to have, it's every 3 picks. I will have the first pick, and it's going to be what we think they should do, not what we would do, or vice versa.
I mean, yeah.
Same shit. But I will have the first, Mueller will have the second, Gassy will have the third pick. Then I will have the 4th, 5th, 6th, so on, so forth. So, do we have any questions? Are we ready to get this show under the road?
Yes.
Under the road, whatever. Show
Can't
on the
go
road.
Under
Jesus.
it. Got to go through
Monday. So, let's go. Let's get it. So, I have the first pick.
Ooh.
The Carolina Panthers are on the clock.
Felt like we should do that.
Yeah, we will do that.
Yeah.
We'll each say it, and then we'll announce the pick. Carolina Panthers are on the clock, and the picks are already in. Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
It's the best quarterback
Bryce
in the draft.
Bryce Young. He is gone. He is off the list. Panthers get their quarterback. Frank Reich is a happy man.
It's a good pick.
It's a great pick.
I mean, that's what you got to do.
You when you have the first pick, you just got to pick the best quarterback available if you're going for a quarterback. It's simple.
Like,
You can't fuck it up.
In reality, the Panthers did exactly what they should do when you're going to take Bryce Young with the first pick overall. But I've said this for months now that I thought they should have just stacked quarterbacks in that room. Just get as many quarterbacks and just play, like, let them all have one drive. If they score, they get to stay in. If they don't, they're pulled. So, I mean, Bryce Young's going to love that, staying in warm weather. He's going to be able to go to Alabama, Auburn next year.
It's the right pick.
Yeah.
It is the right pick, and I do like that strategy. If you were a coach, you would do that. I know you would.
Yes.
All right.
Which is why with the second pick, the Texans will select C.J. Stroud, even though
CJ.
he is the dumbest quarterback in the draft.
Do you take that? Do you think teams take that into consideration?
No. I mean, he got an 18% on it when everyone else got either 28 and higher. So that doesn't look good. But everyone's saying, like, no one looks at that anyways. Because, I mean, he's proven every year that he's played football that he's a good quarterback.
They're just trying to find other analytical concepts that just screw up draft positions and picking a certain player.
This is them just trying to get Anthony Richardson into the top 2 picks. That's what's happening right now.
For sure. And all this other BS that they're throwing out, saying that Will Levis is the favorite for number 2, or they're going to go D lineman, I think it's all smokescreen. I mean, I don't know. They could be tanking for Caleb, which is why they want to get a D lineman, but you're at 2, you're getting a quarterback. So good pick there.
No, it is a good pick. And I just want to also say I think C.J. Stroud is going to be set up for the worst season of all the rookie quarterbacks. He's going to be in the worst situation.
Agree. Yeah, he's got a defensive head coach with a bad team right now.
Yeah, like it's going to suck for him, and I hope it doesn't end up how Zach Wilson has ended up. But yeah, it's going to be a terrible year for him.
The number 2 pick overall curse.
Yes.
So, good choice. Gassy, you have the 3rd pick. The Cardinals are on the clock.
Arizona Cardinals are on the clock, and they select Will Anderson Jr.
Will Anderson.
Yep.
No trade? You didn't think of any trade?
That's got to be the pick. If Will Anderson's there, they're taking him.
Yeah.
So no trade from the Cardinals.
Nope.
You don't believe any of that stuff? You don't?
I think maybe if the Texans take Will Anderson, they could trade. But if Will Anderson's there, I think you take him.
Yeah.
All right. Will Anderson, pick 3. We have him going before Jalen Carter. I think a lot of people do. So Will Anderson is off the board. Now, the Indianapolis Colts are on the clock. This is a tough one because what I thought that the Cardinals and the Colts would be swapping.
Me too.
But I did not know who exactly they were going to pick. Will Levis just looks like a Colt. You see everything about him, he looks like a Colt. However, I'm going to change it up here, and I'm going to go Anthony Richardson to the Colts with pick 4.
It's a good pick. But the thing is, I don't like the guy already.
Who?
Like, I'm sorry to recurring guest Adam Peters, but Anthony Richardson's already talking about ending up as a Hall of Famer. He was quoted today that he's going to go, like he's planning on going to the Hall of Fame. What the?
Shoot for the stars, brother.
You're not even going to be the best quarterback in this draft.
So I think Anthony Richardson has the best chance of being this year's Zach Wilson. I think he's getting drafted high because of his physical talent, and as a passer, he was lacking. His game was lacking. So
Oh shit!
that might be a sign.
That's a sign. That's a sign. Anthony Richardson, he will be what most Jets quarterbacks have been.
I think you guys are both wrong. I think Anthony Richardson is going to be a dog. I mean,
think,
listen, he might not
dude,
have a good first year, but
I think he's got to sit a year. I think that's the type of guy he should sit.
I think they're going to take the gamble with him, starting him right away in that type of division. I mean, the Texans, the Titans, who actually have some good defenses, but
No, he's gonna have a good year because he's on the Colts,
for sure.
and he's in a division that has no one besides the Jags. Maybe the Titans will come around.
But I feel like we are kind of looking at, like, I feel like we look at Lamar the same way we're looking at Richardson, as not like uses his legs. That's his number one of how to score and how to get first downs. But if he could just correct all those little throws that he can't make, like simple throws that every quarterback should make getting drafted that high, the dude's got a fucking arm, man. He can sling the ball.
He does. There's no question about it.
Does he have to fix his accuracy?
Yeah.
He does. But listen, that'll take
horrible.
time. Look at Lamar now. Lamar's accuracy got better. I think he's got all the tools to be a good quarterback, an above average quarterback.
The only
for sure.
difference between the two of them is that the ACC was very good when Lamar was in school.
Yep. Okay.
And he won at Louisville.
Fair.
This man was at Florida. He was playing in the swamp, and I watched multiple games, and I was like, this man just throws picks.
He just needs to.
There were rumors that the Gators were actually thinking about moving on from Richardson and trying to start someone else this year if Richardson was going to stay in college.
I think what the thing is with Richardson, he has his games where he's great, like he snaps, but then he has his games where he doesn't look like a first round quarterback. But with those intangibles that he has and the prototype and his tools, I think he's worthy of going in the top 5 for sure. You got to take a gamble on that guy. The league has changed, man.
I guess.
But Anthony Richardson, that's my pick. That's what I would do if I was the Colts at 4. So now Seahawks, pick 5, Mueller. They're on the clock.
All right. So Seahawks, they have 2 quarterbacks locked up on a 1-year deal. And I don't see them taking a quarterback early. I think they wait and see if Hooker falls into like a second round situation. I think they take Jalen Carter. Because everyone's liking Jalen Carter right now. Everyone that he's gone to, he only visited the top 10 picks. And I don't see him falling out of the top 5. He's too good of a talent. Everyone at Georgia loves him. I know that was his school. But like when all your coaches only talk about you and there were so many weapons on that team, like that should say something.
I think that's an easy pick for Seattle. I think they go Jalen Carter. And if there's anyone that can deal with all of the off-field incidents and whatever, Pete Carroll is that type of guy. I think they easily take Jalen Carter if he falls. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think a team trades up for him. It might happen, but Seattle's in a good spot. Jalen Carter would be the pick in my opinion as well.
Yep.
So
all right, who's up?
That being said, Gassy on the clock. You got the Lions pick 6.
The Lions pick 6. The pick is in. They're taking Tyree Wilson, edge, out of Texas Tech.
Yep. And this is something that there's a couple insiders right now saying the Texans might not take a quarterback. And I think if they don't take a quarterback, I know we have them taking C.J. Stroud. Tyree Wilson might be the pick. Because when you look at that coaching staff and who the 49ers used to take, I mean, Will Anderson's not that type of guy. So if they do decide to go this route, Tyree Wilson might be the guy for the Texans.
The Lions are in an interesting spot because they're really only focusing defense. It's just, do they want to draft another trench guy or do they want to draft a top-tier cornerback? So it's either going to be one of those two. I don't see them even looking in the direction of a quarterback at the moment. But I think Tyree Wilson's a nice pick just to kind of complement Hutchinson on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the body. He's got long arms. I mean, he's just got a he's a boom or bust, I think. But I think he's leaning more towards the boom side.
Yeah.
He's definitely a really good prospect. So Lions at 6, they get Tyree.
Yeah, that's just going to add to their good defense.
For sure. And I still think even with all the suspensions, we haven't talked about either. We'll talk about that next time. I still think they'll be a fine team. I mean, they only have Jameson suspended for 6 games. But again, dude, Alabama receivers, degenerates, all of them.
Hey, what can I say?
I don't want to get into it too much.
No,
but
let's not even touch it. It's just going to be too much.
Pick 7, me, Oakland Raiders.
Easy.
Now, there's a lot. We'll see, because there are a lot of prospects that they need everything and they reach on everything. So I could be 100% wrong on this. They can draft freaking who knows, because they always reach. I don't think they go a quarterback. The Oakland Raiders select Christian Gonzalez, cornerback, Oregon.
Okay.
That's my pick. I think he's one of the better cornerbacks in the draft. Dude's an athlete.
Yeah.
It was either between him or Witherspoon. I think they bring down the Oregon kid to Las Vegas.
All right. And with that being said, I mean, the Falcons are in the same boat. They need corners. Devin Witherspoon to the Falcons. Next pick.
Devin Witherspoon. So there is stuff going around that Bijan could be a potential pick there. Do you think that happens?
I feel like he's going to fall, man. Because the more and more you look at, think about the Super Bowl this past year. Who were the running backs that popped off? It wasn't the ones that were the stars getting paid.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah, it was the other guys.
The rookie deal guys.
So, Bijan's going to go in the first round sometime. But to use a top 10 pick on a running back, I just think is silly. And that's coming from a Cowboys fan that just went through hell trying to justify picking Zeke in the top, what was it? Top 8, top 9, something like that.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting, the rest of my mock. Because I know he's going soon. And you probably know where.
The Jets.
No, never. We have our Hall of Fame running back, Curtis Martin.
I think it's over to Gassy.
So, Gassy, when you're ready,
pick.
it
The
is
Bears.
the Bears with the 9th pick. Interesting. Do you need... Are we recording?
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So,
I do have needs here if you want to look.
okay. What do we got? OT.
Offensive tackle, edge, receiver. Can also throw in maybe a corner.
They're taking Peter Skoronski. at
Peter
pick 9.
Skoronski.
And there it goes.
There it goes.
There's been a lot of mumblings around the league that he may be the best O tackle in the draft,
Yeah.
and I think he probably is.
Big
So,
time.
if he falls to the Bears, they're going to get him for Justin Fields.
It's just a big boy from the Big Ten. That's a good pick. That's a good pick for them.
Pick 10. The Philadelphia Eagles are not taking an offensive line or a defensive line.
Mike, they're getting Derrick Henry.
They might. However, I think this is the year that they spend, because they are in win now and have no holes whatsoever, maybe safety. They are not picking a safety in with the 10th pick.
Are they going to take a quarterback?
They are, they're going to take Will Levis. Imagine. They are going to take Bijan Robinson. They are going to take Bijan Robinson.
All right.
Imagine how good that offense will be. Even if Derrick Henry or Bijan, that offense takes it to the next level. Howie's going to get out of his old ways. He's going to take a running back, or it's going to be an offensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
It's between those. I'm gonna take the gamble here, and I'm gonna say Bijan Robinson to the Birds.
All right.
And I think Philly fans, I think you have to be happy about that. You can't be pissed off about that.
No, they're going to be happy because Philly Eagles. All right, Eagles fans, don't take this the wrong way, but when things are going great, you guys love it. When things are going bad, you hate everything. You're kind of like New York when they refer to the mayor. When all the teams are winning, the mayor can do no wrong. Like right now, the Rangers, great. The Knicks, great. You haven't heard one thing about the city being bad, about it being a little stinky. Everything's good in the city. We're flooding the streets. It's the most beautiful place on earth.
New York is something else right now, especially with the Knicks.
Oh, yeah.
New York is a New York Knick household.
The New York Villanova Wildcats.
Don't you wish you came to the Knicks? That is the greatest video that is surfacing the internet right now. Even though it was back in the day, but now that guy is around and they keep finding him, it is amazing. I love it.
The other day, so on those videos,
He's great.
So Barstool Big Cat, he had his like typhoon pick of the year, something like that. He called it something crazy, and he found the guy that films it and puts out the video and stuff. And he got on the mic and goes, "I don't like the Knicks. I don't care for them, but I just hit my typhoon pick," and everyone went crazy. It was awesome.
It's like they already.
It doesn't matter
won
what
the
you
finals.
say.
It doesn't matter how many games you win. As long as you win a game, New York is going to go berserk.
Like you
I
could
love
have gotten on that mic and said anything, they were going to cheer.
That guy is like the face of the Knicks right now, besides Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Don't you wish you came to the Knicks? Shout out the Knicks. I'm a Nets fan, but I'm rooting for you guys. I hope you bring it home, man.
Nets.
Yeah, terrible.
Right. Pick 11.
Pick 11. We got the
Tennessee Titans. Don't trust Malik Willis.
They never
I was
did.
wrong last year. Malik Willis was not the guy.
He was not the guy.
He was the first thing. I saw him
Booty
play
cheeks.
against the third stringers and fourth stringers in one preseason game and thought that man was the truth. I was wrong. They're taking Will Levis with this pick.
Will Levis to the Titans. He goes. Once he fumbled,
He's staying home.
He's staying on home.
Kind of.
I think they take either Will Levis or Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
Somehow.
But I don't think. No, it's going to be Will Levis because if you think about, like, yeah, they might take Hendon Hooker, but they're not going to take a chance on him right after a knee injury and stuff. And they need a quarterback this year.
Yep. Will Levis.
So.
Listen, a lot of people like that guy. A lot of people hate that guy. Gas, you said that you like Will Levis. Is that correct?
I do, yeah. I think he's kind of a polished passer right now. He's not the best passer in the world, but he is a better passer than Richardson. I'd say maybe a better passer than Hendon Hooker. Yeah, and I think if Richardson is getting this hype of being a top 5 guy, then Will Levis also has to.
Do you think he's a ready now quarterback, NFL ready now?
Yeah, you know what I do. I do.
A lot of guys in my job, they weren't believing anything about Will Levis. You were the only guy I knew, and one of my bosses who have faith in him. And Mel Kiper Jr. So, Gas, you got pick 12. You got the Texans. That's their second first rounder.
Texans are on the clock. They take Quentin Johnston.
Quentin Johnston.
Yes, they do.
All right. How about it?
Wow.
They need a receiver. I think the top receiver in this draft is either Johnston or JSN. And I think they go for the big body, Quentin Johnston. He was the best receiver in college, numbers-wise, I believe. And we'll see if he produces in the NFL.
That's a hot take. That's a hot pick right there. Everyone thinks, I think JSN is a favorite to go right now as a receiver. But, dude, a lot of people.
Yeah,
Johnston is very streaky to a lot of people, but he does have the body type. He just needs to go attack the ball. But I think he could be a solid receiver if he fixes all those mistakes.
I think he's easily one of the top 2 receivers in this class if he can fix those and get it right. But I'm going to push back here, guys. I think they are going to look at the Bengals and what they did at wide receiver and quarterback, and I think they go JSN, right?
I have to agree. But, hey, we'll take it. He could be right.
Either way, that team is going to be so much better with those 2 picks that we just had. Like,
yep.
CJ Stroud plus him, I mean, they actually might look like they're playing offense this year.
Yeah, and Davis Mills will not be there. The defense will be all right. New coach. But that will probably be the one pick that we will get a lot of comments on, but I like it.
Yeah.
Because this is a draft that you never know what happens.
And I feel like we always underrate guys that don't go to those top 4 or 5 schools. Like TCU, they went to the national. What was it?
National champ?
They went to national champ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to the final game. They went as far as you could in college football. They didn't win. They got blown out. It was an embarrassment. But the kid was on that team, and he was one of the best players.
That is true.
So the kid can play football.
Going to be interested to see where he goes in our dynasty draft, too. See if he falls. Now, my New York Jets are up with, the Green Bay Packers are up now.
You know what to do, Mike. You know what's going to happen.
I feel like out of spite, bro.
Yup.
I feel like out of spite,
Yup.
the Green Bay Packers are taking JSN.
Yep, they are. Absolutely.
After just shipping off Rodgers, they're like, you know what? We're just going to be those type of guys to help their quarterback for once, and they're going to take the best receiver, JSN.
Uh-huh.
And he is coming off an injury, too. However, I feel like you just have to take him. JSN. So Q Johnson goes over JSN respectfully, and we got JSN for the Packers at 13. So that's my pick. Get down. Where's that at? So Quentin Johnson is gone. JSN is gone. Where's he at? All right. We got pick 14. The
14th pick.
Patriots.
I want to say, so hear me out here. We're talking about Bill Belichick, and we all know how this man drafts.
Listen, it's a very unorthodox drafting philosophy.
They need to help out their quarterback, Mac Jones, get back on his good side. I want to say they take Derek Jones, but that name doesn't scream Bill Belichick. So I'm going Darnell Wright from Tennessee.
Darnell Wright, second tackle.
Like, you got to think he's looking at that name and he's just like, I'm not taking the guy whose nickname's going to be Bro. He's not going to call one of his players Bro. Yo, Bro. Like, that's not happening. Darnell is something he can do. Let's be honest. Derek Jones ain't it.
Darnell Wright off the board. And he is ranked higher on Daniel Jeremiah's top 50.
Is he?
One spot higher.
Oh, okay.
He's 18. Roderick Jones is 19.
Got it.
Bro Derek Jones.
Bro Derek.
So the Patriots get another tackle, and then they somehow become Hall of Famers. So congratulations, Darnell Wright. You have made the Hall of Fame. So, Gas, you now get the Jets at pick 15.
The New York Jets. If Paris Johnson is there, they're taking him. So Paris Johnson's going to be the pick.
Easy.
He's a guy who can play guard or tackle. He's versatile. You can move him around the O-line, and that's exactly what the Jets need on the O-line right now because they have Elijah Vera-Tucker, who's a stud. He plays guard or tackle. They got Mekhi Becton. They move him around to both tackle spots. They don't know which position these guys are going to be at long term. So Paris Johnson fits into that perfectly because you can move him around on your puzzle piece, patchwork offensive line right now.
Yup.
And they also just signed Connor McGovern back as well for center.
Oh, good for him.
Brought his ass back. So we're 15 picks in. Let me look it over right now. Bryce Young 1, CJ 2, Will Anderson 3, Anthony Richardson 4, Jalen Carter 5, Tyree Wilson 6, Christian Gonzalez Raiders 7, Witherspoon 8 to the Falcons, Skoronski 9 to the Bears, Eagles get Bijan. I like the top 10. I actually like the top 10 a lot. Will Levis to the Titans, Quentin Johnston, JSN, Darnell Wright, Paris Johnson. It's looking good. I like the top 10 a lot.
If we get 100% right, does ESPN fire everyone at the studio and just hire us for next year?
Possibly. We'll send it in. We'll send it in beforehand.
Yeah. All
right. So
pick 16.
We're at pick 16 now.
The commies.
This was a little tough for me because they obviously have a lot of needs. Right now, I'm a little bit stuck between an edge and a tight end because one, their tight end is not good. Logan Thomas was never good, and their edge, no idea.
Yeah.
However, I think that we're going to see the first tight end get taken off their board. I am going to go with Michael Mayer of Notre Dame just because of his blocking ability as well. So I got the Commanders taking Michael Mayer.
Wow. Interesting pick there. Interesting pick.
I don't know how I feel about it, but they need a tight end bad. Really badly.
Yeah.
So he's gone.
There's a couple people saying they might take a wide receiver to add to that core, but they really don't need that.
I don't think they need one. I think
No.
they have an actual solid core. They just never had a quarterback to throw to them. Let's see what Sam Howell does, but
I agree.
now he gets a nice little security blanket and Michael Mayer with some running help.
All right. So, me with the Steelers.
The Lurs. Shout out to you.
Zay Flowers screams Pittsburgh Steelers.
Zay Flowers?
Yeah,
to
from Boston College, wide receiver.
Zay Flowers to the Pittsburgh
They-
Steelers.
That just screams Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now, they're saying he might be one of the top receivers to go off the board. He might be number 2.
Yeah. It's because he went to Boston College. It's similar to what we like. I came out of the gates flying, but then I talked myself down about Gassie's TCU pick. Like, this is the same thing. Boston College ain't a football school. But he was on everyone's draft boards early on. Like, that just doesn't happen for anybody.
If there's one guy that stock rose drastically this draft, Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers.
100%. He's the guy that's been climbing up the boards.
Mhm.
So we got Zay Flowers. Pittsburgh gets another receiver in the core for Kenny Pickett, which actually looks like an okay core at the moment because you get Zay,
That team could be good.
you got Zay, you got Pickens, you got Deontay Johnson, and now you got A-Rob.
Yep.
So not bad for Pittsburgh. They solidify the receiver corp, and let's see how they do this year, man. It's a tough division. So Gas, you again have the Lions at pick 18.
Okay, the Lions. We know what they need. They had the best offense in football almost. Terrible defense. We had them taking a D lineman with their first pick. Now we're at their second pick. They are going to take Deontay Banks, cornerback from Maryland. He had 14 interceptions last year, and somehow 6 of them were pick sixes. So I think he goes.
Who
I
the
think
hell
he
were-
goes.
Who the hell were they playing?
I don't know.
This
Points.
Big Ten football.
Temple, I guess.
Big Ten football, man.
That's points for you. So Deontay Banks is gone. He is now another cornerback for the Lions.
The Lions.
All right, so now I have the Seattle Seahawks. Or I'm sorry, no.
Bucks.
I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
So they're an interesting team at the moment because they have a lot of veterans that have already won the Super Bowl, so now they're kind of rebuilding in a way, but still trying to be competitive. They did, I'm pretty sure, lose a linebacker, Devin White, or potentially going to lose him.
I thought I saw that he was going to be all right over there. Like, he's going to be staying.
So I have a couple picks in mind. I don't know. I know I saw something, but he's still there at the moment, but I think he wants out.
The way you just waved that off was incredible.
I'm struggling, dude. I don't know. I think I have one in mind. I'm going to go with this pick.
Nice. Good pick.
I'm going to take Nolan Smith of Georgia. Adding...
Can I be honest? I had them taking Brian Branch.
Huh?
Safety out of Alabama.
For the Seahawks?
No, the Bucks.
The Bucks?
That's who I had them taking.
I like that too. But I'm going to go Nolan Smith.
Yeah, they're going defense.
For sure.
They have to. The real question is who plays quarterback?
Baker Mayfield.
You think?
Baker Mayfield is starting at quarterback.
When does our guy get his shot? Trask.
I don't know.
You got to Trask him, bro.
You got to try and Trask him, but you also got to let Baker cook because he's Mr. Baker.
Yeah, he is.
He is the Baker.
He'll bake you.
He will bake
Let's
You-
get baked.
some cookies
Let's get baked.
in Tampa Bay, Florida. Nolan Smith, random pick. We're putting him on the Bucks.
All right, Seahawks. I mean, this guy, it's another one. That I told you guys before the show, I started looking at names a lot heavier towards the end of this draft. Osiris Torrance. Inside, like, come on.
Did I not say that too?
Come
You said
on.
no. So Osiris Torrance to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, that's Legion of Boom right there. It's back if he shows up.
You lied to me again. I predicted two things. Your drafting strategy and the greatest name in the draft. And I got two.
No,
of them
no.
right.
You said no. It was for
The
a different
first
pick.
one-
You said it was for a different pick though.
Yes. There was one guy I did mention. It wasn't him, and then
That's
I
why I
mentioned
said
him
no.
second.
But yeah, no. Osiris was 100. I mean, how can you not have him on here?
So Osiris is going to the Seattle Seahawks. Pick 20. They're done in the first round.
Yep.
Now, Gas, you got pick 21 for the Finns.
The Finns. Are you sure it's the Finns?
Just kidding. You got forfeited.
You got skipped, bro.
You got forfeited.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The so Gassy didn't know. What does it say on the app right now?
Chargers.
So they have pick 21.
Yes.
They
Okay.
will be pick 21.
Yeah, so we were going to skip you card, but we're giving you the Chargers.
No, you're Chargers now.
Okay. Chargers are taking Julius Brents, cornerback from Kansas State. He's 6'3", ran a 4.5, and he's just a fast, physical guy. Kind of reminiscent of Sauce a little bit, just like the body type, I guess. So I think he goes.
You said Julius Brents.
Yes.
Julius Brents. Only pick the Chargers have, and they go corner. I respect it. Who would have... I don't know who I would have taken. Maybe a tight end, but I do like the cornerback pick too. There are a lot of people still. There are a lot of people still here. A lot of trade up scenarios. People who are in the second round. I think the Jets can also make a little trade up here if this guy falls. We'll see. Now, I have the Baltimore Ravens. Now, we're getting a receiver off the board now.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn Johnson's gone. JSN is gone. There's only one more left that's worthy of drafting in the first round.
Yeah.
You got to go Jordan Addison here. I think it's a must.
Mm-hmm.
If you want Lamar to stay, you must go a receiver. And I think they're in the perfect position to draft a receiver. Either receiver or, again, some type of O-lineman.
Yep.
We're going to go Jordan Addison here for the Ravens. He falls to pick 22.
Yeah. Yep.
He's off the board.
All right, with pick 24, we have the Vikings. And, I mean, Osiris was just the beginning of it, but it kind of turned into a Key and Peele situation on my end. So the Vikings are going to take defensive lineman Kalajai Kancey,
Pitt guy.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Do you think the Steelers consider drafting him?
Steelers always like to do that. They like to get that guy that played in Pittsburgh. He's from the area. But at some point, you just have too many of them. You can't have that many people from Pittsburgh.
I
It's
agree.
not like Pitt's running the NCAA football realm. You know what I mean? They were decent this year. They were good. But
yeah, it's nothing crazy.
yeah, like it's not something that we need to draft a whole team of Pittsburgh Panthers for.
Like 9 out of 10 times you're drafting Alabama guys.
Yeah,
over
like
at
we're
Pitt
trying to
guy.
go 500. You ain't going 500 if you got a bunch of Pittsburgh Panthers on that team. Shout out Devin Smith. Not Devin Smith.
Devin Street?
It's Devin Street.
Shout out to Devin Street.
Yeah.
Also was on the pod.
Yeah. Recurring
So,
guest.
Recurring guest.
Well, kind of.
He'll be
The
back on.
Streets are recurring guests.
They are indeed.
Yep.
Oh god. So
That's
Kalajah Kancey. Also, there's talks apparently.
I like the way I said it better. I'm saying him how Key and Peele would say it, but go ahead.
What's what's one name in Key and Peele that you like that always makes you laugh in the East to West Super Bowl draft?
I like the ones where they just start making sounds, to be honest.
Yeah, just random sounds
Just
and not you can't even pronounce
name,
them.
Huge name. Just start making sounds.
Maybe we have to watch that again just to see
yeah.
if we can
Yeah.
fiddle in some names there next time. So, Kalajah Kancey to the Vikings. Muller, great pick.
Maybe.
Gas, you are on the Jaguars, and you're jagging off. What do you got?
We're jagging off
Hell yeah.
with Broderick Jones. He fell to pick 25.
Congrats, bro.
Broderick.
You're in the league.
Wow. Imagine him falling that far. It's possible. You never know.
It's possible.
Broderick Jones.
We just did it. We just did it.
Broderick Jones. See you later. All right. I get the New York Football Giants now. And this is a guy that I want the Jets to draft. I think he's one of the best centers in the league or in the draft. I'm sorry.
Let's not start that up again. That was a shitstorm. Last
Yeah,
time
that
we said
was a shitstorm. Also, is Jason Kelsey still the best center in the league?
No, we don't know. People still comment on that video. Like, there was someone that commented on it really mad that we had Jason Kelsey as not the best center.
To be fair, they are the 2 best centers in the league.
Yeah, like there's a conversation for it. And
Yeah,
Eagles
absolutely.
fans don't like it. It's been like, when was the Super Bowl? February.
Yeah.
It's been like 2.5 months.
I love that
People
we're
are
still
still
getting comments.
watching it and commenting as if it matters still. I
Hey.
guess it matters. Sports are matter.
Sports
Life or
matter.
death. Life or death.
So, with the pick 25 of the New York Football Giants, they select Joe Tippmann out of Wisconsin.
The Tip Man.
Joe Tippmann, they get their center for a long time to solidify that O-line. He's gone. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 left.
My Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, Mahler gets the Cowboys. Beautiful.
Jerry, I'm looking into your soul right now. I swear to God, if I watch this whole draft and you come out here with some bullshit offensive pick, I will jump through the screen and make sure I break that kid's leg. I love the kid. I'll love you forever. But, Jerry, this is on you. All right, so if I was in the office, I don't care who you take. It better be someone from Iowa. I'm going to go with Lucas Van Ness.
Lucas Van Ness.
He's a problem. But I was between him and Jack Campbell, a linebacker from Iowa. Either way,
You can't go wrong with either of those guys.
either
in my
way,
opinion.
we're winning that pick.
They're going to fall too. I don't think they get selected that
No.
early. I think if there is one, I think Jack Campbell, because I feel like the linebacker position, just to have a general in the middle of your defense, people don't go for that anymore. It's all
No.
edge and
Yeah.
D tackles. He's damn good.
Yes.
Lucas Van Ness also was watching some film. He was giving Paris Johnson a hard time.
Yeah.
That was probably Paris Johnson's one battle that he was getting.
And now
He was getting shown up.
Imagine him with all those dogs on our D line, basically our whole defense now. Like, our defense is going to be such a problem
For sure.
if we can get him or
I like that.
Jack
pick,
Campbell.
actually. Is that what they're kind of striving for?
That's what it seems like. But then you have all these people that are like, oh, they're talking about getting a wide receiver or a tight end. Why do we need another tight end?
You might need another receiver, though.
Do we?
I mean, CD and Brandon Cooks. And who's wide receiver 3?
Probably like Michael Gallup.
It's in consideration.
The other thing that people got to remember is Tony Pollard's coming back. We're going to have 2 mobile running backs this year.
They were saying they're trying to go for a running back in the draft too. I don't believe that one bit.
No,
Jahmyr Gibbs.
I
or
could see
someone.
them. I could see them going and getting a
Not in the
quarterback.
first,
a
though.
quarterback late.
Quarterback late.
Late.
I think a receiver would still be on the board. I mean, you would have guys like Josh Downs, Jalen Hyatt is another one, Keyshawn Boot.
But Jalen Hyatt's another one that I think is going to fall.
I think
Where-
he's definitely going
Where
to fall.
they might be able to pick him up in a later round as well.
I don't know how. I mean, listen, you can't discredit the Alabama game because he went absolutely berserk.
Yeah, that was insane.
But maybe I'm a downer on him, man. I just don't see a lot of. I just see speed, but like I don't see a route tree. I don't see
Well-
anything like that.
What do you see when you look at Cheetah?
Speed,
Speed.
but that's a different type of speed.
That's fine. Speed kills.
But his routes are still good. Jalen's young and he could be a really good player just because he has that
Yeah.
speed. But I definitely think he falls. I don't think he's worth the first rounder.
All right.
So
Well, we'll just have to see.
we will. So Lucas Van Ness to the boys.
Yes.
Gas, you got 27. You got the Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills
The Buffalo Bills. The third place finishing Buffalo Bills.
select Jalen Hyatt.
There you go.
That was well timed.
So Jalen Hyatt,
That was really
I'm
good.
incorrect, is falling late in the first. Oh my God, we're going to eat against him. Jalen Hyatt, 1 reception for 10 yards. DJ Reed is going to murder him.
Sauce will be locking him up.
Can I say my pick real quick that I had for that?
Yeah. Jalen Hyatt?
No, I had Trenton Simpson. I just thought it's been a while since the Bills had a Simpson on the team.
Oh, God. Mueller.
All right, we can go to the next pick.
That you know what my pick my pick would be there? It would be Jack Campbell. They just got rid
For
of
the Bills?
Tremaine Edmonds. I think they fill him with Jack Campbell and Matt Milano. That's low-key kind of scary.
Well, if we're gonna take a linebacker, it'd be Trenton Simpson then.
Or Trenton Simpson, since they do need to fill in the other Simpson.
Yep.
So the
All right.
Buffalo Bills, they get another receiver. Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Okay, now the Bengals, this is a good pick here. They draft my 1.02 running back, Jahmyr Gibbs. You can't pass up on this kid if you're the Bengals. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's filthy.
This is
All right, am I crazy for thinking that he's going to be better than Bijan in the league?
Yeah, I think so.
they're two
If,
different type
if
of running
Bijan
backs.
goes to the Eagles, like Mike predicted, I mean, career over.
Bijan's
Well-
just the whole package, though. I think Gibbs is a little small. That's the only.
That's the only
knock
knock on him
fine.
is his weight. Because people compare him to Alvin Kamara, but he was like 15, almost 20 pounds lighter. If he can maybe gain some more muscle,
Mhm.
I think he's just like Kamara, the way he plays, the way he runs, the way he catches the ball. But this is Samaj Pirine, but younger and more talented.
Yeah.
The Bengals do not pass up on him. I think they easily get this running back.
All right. No, that's fine.
I think that's a good pick.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So Gibbies is gone.
I agreed with the pick.
I know.
I don't agree that you would want to be, like Kamara. But that's a separate thing.
That
All right.
we'll talk about that another time, Muller. I like it though. Good. Well, I like where your head's at.
Thank you. So the Saints. Now this is awesome.
The
right?
Saints?
Who's
By
up?
By the Broncos.
Don't the Saints have the pick?
You're right. I missed it.
Saints got it.
Saints.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
I know football.
31 Saints. Or 30, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ.
We're gonna have another. Northwestern's gonna have 2 kids go in the first round. D tackle. This is the name I was telling you about. Gotta sound it out here. Sorry if I butcher it.
Felix?
Nope.
Uh,
Adetamiwa Adebawor.
yes. 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 I like it.
I like that pick a lot.
We'll call him double A.
But I think I'm gonna be wrong because the Saints GM just like he is not worried about his job, and I could see him just swinging for the fences and going and getting someone. Like I could see him. He won't take Hooker because they just got Carr, but I could see him doing something a little crazy and going after a weapon that no one thinks he's gonna do.
So, okay. Once we're done here, I want to go over some of the players that did not get selected in
Yeah,
the first round, and we'll talk about it.
I have a couple that did not get selected.
Me too.
I'm pretty fed up that my players aren't getting selected.
We'll talk about it. We'll see.
These
what
are my
you think.
guys, Mike.
There are a couple that are. Oh wait, here we go. There are a couple that should be, in my opinion, but
All right.
we'll see. You never know.
Eagles, second last pick in the draft. It's going to be Nolan Smith, edge out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
They
I took him.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. Who took
Yeah.
him?
I did. The
Yeah.
Bucks.
The Bucks.
Yep.
Is Miles Murphy still there?
Miles Murphy
Yes,
is
he
All right,
is.
that's the pick. Clemson edge. I think he's 6'5", big boy, athletic.
Big boy football.
better than
Yeah.
Brian Brzee, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be Miles Murphy there.
Miles Murphy. I like that.
You know they love their D linemen.
No.
They love their edge rushers.
That's actually
and there's
a good
going to be
pick.
some falling to the end of the first. Nolan Smith might fall. Miles Murphy might fall. I think they take one of those guys.
One of those two do fall, and I like the way that you went about that draft because now, say they don't select Bijan top 10 or the 10th pick, he's gone, bro. He's not falling. There's no way.
Mm-mm.
So I like the way that you went there because they can still get a quality defensive end, edge, whatever, with that later pick. There are a lot of good depth pieces in this draft. I mean, it's gonna be volatile, but there are some good guys who could be a boom. So I like that pick, guys. Miles Murphy. Now 32 KC, correct? Am I wrong?
Yep.
All right, Kansas City.
You actually are wrong.
It's
It's pick 31.
Pick 31.
I wasn't gonna. do
Kansas
it,
City.
But yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh man. So again, stuck between. They do need some defensive pieces, and the receivers look a little strange.
But it worked.
it did work, and I feel like all they want to do is load up on their on their DNs now. So with my pick, I'm going to go Brian Brzee. I'm going to go with him for the 31st pick.
All right.
Kansas City sits tight yet again, and they take a defensive lineman.
That was a good draft.
So that's it. Those are all the picks.
That was a good draft.
All right. Now, do we want to? So I'll take a picture of this. We can sort out however we want, and we'll make all the guys, all the followers see. I think it's a pretty solid draft, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I think we got every pick right.
Are there any that you would change? Are there any that kind of raise your eyebrow a little bit?
I don't have any that raise an eyebrow or that would change. Honestly, I don't even remember who got picked by who. But
thanks, Molly.
No problem. I will say that there are a few names that I think deserve to get picked, like Emmanuel Forbes. Just seeing like he's a Fortune 500 company right there. Felix Anadike Uzoma. I mean, you're crazy if you think that he's not going the first 2 rounds with that type of name. Will McDonald, I don't know. What's IV?
What do you mean?
Like the Roman numeral.
4?
The 4th?
Yeah.
Will McDonald the 4th?
I think he goes in the first as well.
That's a bunch of sacks right there. Brian Branch, I don't know why, but wasn't there someone that was really good with the last name Branch recently? Like he's just going to intercept everything as a safety.
So he was a true freshman last year, and I think the league now kind of avoids drafting safeties early.
Yeah.
Ever since maybe Jamal, I feel like they've kind of gotten away from that. So Brian Branch is definitely someone I could see falling or at least getting picked in the first. We don't have him here because I don't think a lot of teams really want to spend a first rounder on a safety.
Yeah.
So that's something in the second round that'll happen. One name for me, Dalton Kincaid. I know he's been talked about a lot as a tight end.
Mm-hmm. He seems like a Bengal.
He looks like a Bengal.
That's just a Bengal name and look.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Him, B.J. Ojulari is another guy. And then probably the last one that off the top of my head here, Cody Mock of North Dakota State.
No. We've seen what happens when you take people from that state.
But look at that guy. Doesn't he look like you want him in the first round?
No, absolutely. But we've seen this before. There's a dude out in California that has a receding hairline and sucks at football now. And we got a dude that just is hunting right now that doesn't have a job.
So it's a curse then.
Yes.
Anyone out of that university is cursed and they're not going to make it.
And those 2 states don't draft. They should be. Honestly, if he gets drafted and he turns out to be just like them, the U.S. should switch to 48 states and we should give those 2 to Canada.
If they can't produce players that can't make it in the league, maybe it's a good idea.
They're ruining the league. They're ruining America's league.
Carson Wentz did really set the bar high with that. In a bad way.
If this happened in England, those 2 states would be relegated so fast to Canada. It's unreal how quick they would be out of here.
So what you're saying is don't draft him.
No.
Do not draft.
You see that name of the school, and all you should think is Trey Lance and his receding hairline and Carson Wentz.
But you know what, though? Those are 2 quarterbacks. Maybe if you don't draft a quarterback, maybe they'll work out. No, you're still...
I don't know.
It's still cursed?
All right, let this one get drafted, and then I'll make a decision. He can get drafted. But after that, no one's allowed to draft anyone from those states until further notice.
Bet. So... Well, I'll go through real quick what I would do for trades. I do think the Cardinals trade out for sure.
Yeah.
They could draft Will Anderson if they did. I agree. If they did draft someone, I think it would be Will Anderson. I think they either trade with the Colts or the Titans. I don't think the Raiders move up. I think they're going to rock with Jimmy G and just wait because they're not winning anything. They are not winning diddly squat.
I think it depends for the Titans. I think it depends on which quarterback they want the most.
Yeah.
If they think the Colts will take Anthony Richardson, they're going to trade up. If they think the Colts will take Will Levis, they might stay.
I think those are definitely the two teams to watch out for. The Colts, I mean, the Colts would probably make the most sense because they'll probably just swap picks.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals know they're going to get a quarterback, so they're pretty much going to get the same player.
Yeah.
They might trade back twice, who knows, and just
Mm-hmm.
recoup more picks.
Mm-hmm.
But they were saying the Bucks could trade up as well. I think a team in the second trades up into the first after they pick. Just don't know where, but I like the mock. I like it a lot. For a non-traded mock, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So that is Gassy, Muller, and Mikey's first round draft.
Yeah.
First one of the pod. Clap it up. Well done. Well done. So we will get this on the platform so you guys can look at it, comment, tell me or tell us what you would do differently, what picks you like, what picks you hate, who are your favorite quarterbacks, all that good stuff. Comment, tell us what you think. And yeah, I good episode. This was fun. I'm excited for Thursday. You guys got any other thoughts?
Shout out
Anything
to Jere Elder.
Jere,
Interception
you
this
snapped.
week. We're 2-0. Breakers are coming.
Breakers 2-0. Jere Elder pick.
Yes.
Dog.
Yeah. Also
Houston,
Sixers
you weren't
for
anything.
Nets.
Houston was buns.
Buns.
That's all I got, boys.
Booty cheeks.
All right, we're done. See you
Good.
next week.
See ya.